Hello everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I'm your host Shadorian, and with me as always is Ark and Grim.
So,
Hello there.
And yeah, we're getting our dance on. Well, I am.
yeah, I'm a million miles away.
I don't know where Shade is.
I'm in UL'DAH in the Easter area, dancing with some scantily clad ladies.
Excellent.
Or at least I was. Ooh, I want this. I'd be so mad if all of the eggs scattered across all of the cities burst into... What are those creatures called in Fallout 2? Wanamingos?
Oh, holy shit. I haven't heard of them in a while.
Haha, you said it. You said the naughty word, the no-no word.
Good. Glad I got one in. Been a while.
Rude.
It has been a while for you, if you catch my drift.
You know what? That mean... Oh, I think that was mean.
But not inaccurate.
Well, it's alright. You're not alone.
And to be honest, really couldn't be bothered with how dirty everyone is at the moment with goddamn Rona. Like, you know what? Not worth my time.
Well, to be honest, I've had offers. I just never underestimate how lazy I am, because I'll just be like, no, I'm good. Hey, do you want to go out sometime? No.
No, I'm good, eh?
I'm pretty good just doing my thing. Oh, but, you know, we could go to a movie or something. We could hang out. I want to hang out. It's like, I don't really.
Even if they just next level and they just come over and they just get spread eagle, you're just like,
It
nah.
still involves effort. I've got to get up.
To be honest, someone kind of did similar. And
I remember.
I shut them down.
That's why I brought it up. I was like, and just to go neck level.
They didn't go that far, but I did shut them down.
Pretty much, though.
On a side note, Ark, start the thing.
What thing? What am I starting?
Naval.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about that.
It does make me feel a little bit bad, though. Because it's like, oh, rejecting people makes them feel bad about themselves, but at the same time, I want to be left alone.
Make sure it's the hard one.
I don't want to deal with people's crap.
Oh,
Not right
wait,
now.
wait, no.
I've got real problems.
Oh.
That's good, it's good. I accidentally had some AL in there still. Alright, there we go.
I still feel bad an episode later that I called Tataru a simp. Tataru
Don't.
is a girl. Can girls be simps? I guess lesbians could.
Why not?
True.
Of course I can.
All right.
Anyone can be anything they like. If you'd like to be something, like, comment, subscribe, and let us know down below.
If you're a simp,
Boom.
if you're a simp, like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe you'll lose 5 simp points. And if you support us on Patreon, you'll lose 5 simp bucks. I'm just kidding.
If we're on
Please.
Patreon, it's because we're getting our simp out.
I actually kind of literally think that the whole simp thing might be good. Like, I got called a simp by some bastard kids the other day on the way to voting, and I passed the timer, so I'm allowed to say that. But, yeah, like, I was just, like, sitting there at the train station, waiting for the train, about to take a horrible frickin' mission and walk 5 kilometers, fresh out of surgery, all the way to vote. Well, not that fresh out of surgery, but still recovering. And, yeah, some shitty little kids walked past and were like, look at this simp. And I'm like, you little fuckers, I'll beat the shit out of all 3 of you at once and win.
And then you remembered you were no longer a cyborg.
But in
Well,
fact, a simp.
I didn't, but I'm sad about that now that you mention it. But yeah, so I was like, they called me a simp. Like, isn't a simp like a... Like, not... It's not just a white knight. It's a white knight that goes next level for throwing
Isn't it a
themselves, like...
Is submissive?
It's not just that. It's like, okay, a simp... A good example of a simp is somebody that drops, like, $300 on someone's OnlyFans account. Like, they're never gonna meet the person. Like, ever. And they're just like, hey man, just one glimpse of that pussy, just one glimpse. $3,000 actually, $3,000. I'll pay $3,000 for one glimpse. Like, it's fine to support people, right? And I know a lot of friends that do the whole OnlyFans thing. I've got a lot of friends that do the whole Patreon thing, and it's fine to have that, and it's fine to be supported, and it's fine to support people. It's the people that go crazy next level that take it a bit too far.
Like those $1,000 tiers and all that sort of crap.
Yep. That are like,
They make you sit there, because I said I've mucked around with the OnlyFans thing, like I've been a bit curious, help out your mates, etc., etc. But then you see it's like, yo, do you want to look at my vagina for $50 for 10 seconds? And I'm just like, look, you're cute. Not sure I'm willing to spend that though.
yeah, like, just a glimpse.
Like I expect to see like some kind of like elemental damage based on, you know, basically a fire near it, or I don't know, ice
Vagina
cubes,
element.
or
A darkness element.
darkness element, darkness.
Darkness is spreading.
Hopefully
Yes.
it's not bleed damage.
And threatening me. All I see, absolute horror.
I'm sorry I went there.
Yeah,
Hey,
you should be.
Not at all.
But yeah, like, I think overall the whole simp thing might be a good thing because it's highlighting a bad part of the culture. Like, as society progresses, more things are gonna automate, right? Like, one day, Ark, your job might not exist because they'll have a robot that does it or something. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
100%. Yeah.
Maybe Ark will be the robot.
We will be there to build and maintain those robots.
well, that would be way cooler, especially if he was like a transformer. But anyway, so as industries die out, new ones need to exist, right? So it's fine if girls and guys are going to be like, okay, well, you know, I'll post some lewd photos, or even if they're just doing cosplay and people are only supporting the cosplay and they're not a lewd shooter. I don't know what they called.
Lewd shooter, I like that. You lewd shooter.
I don't know what they are. Like,
Get out of here with your lewd shooter, Shade.
what are they called? They're not nudes. They're lewds. And
Yes, lewd.
And lewds. There's like a word for the people that post only lewd content. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, it's fine for that to exist because there needs to be new industries for people to get into. There needs to be new workforces for people to get into. There needs to be more consideration of what is considered work. And that includes things like homemakers. How many decades did people act like being a mum was just what they were supposed to do? I don't know about you guys, but I have 3 sisters, and I was a little shit when I was a kid. So my mom had her fucking hands full, and she was doing like the equivalent of 8 jobs every single day. Cooking, cleaning, babysitting, wiping bums, running around and playing, like, all shit that I don't want to do. So, you know, a homemaker is a job. You're doing multiple jobs at once. But for decades, people have been treated like, you know, that's not real work, and it's like, you're just staying at home. Yeah, they're just staying at home doing more work than you're doing at work. Then again, there are shitty parents that do just sit around and don't do the work and let their kids sit in a nappy for 2 hours in their own shit. Like, but those people should be parents. Like, the standard is people that are actually being parents, right? People that are actually cleaning their house, actually looking after their kids, bathing them, chasing them around the house all day, educating them along the way, like doing fun educational activities, cooking healthy meals for them, like all of that sort of stuff. So that should be considered a job. And so should a lot of things. And apparently one of those things is taking your clothes off and taking well lit, nicely edited vagina photos. I didn't know how to subtly put it. And to be honest, like, if I was like a lewd cosplayer or whatever, I wouldn't sell myself short for $50. I'd pay a bit more than that. That gets you a nipple.
Jesus.
$20 is $20.
Mm, that depends on what you got to do for it.
I think I'd sell out sooner than you would.
Oh, it's really sooner than the both of you.
Well, I used to be a stripper, so I know what I'm worth. Maybe not right now. Maybe now I'm worth $20. Maybe I'm not even worth that. But
Jiggle it for me, baby.
if I survive everything that's wrong with me, maybe it's time to start getting healthy again.
Are you becoming a stripper again?
No.
Yep.
No way, man. I'm past my heyday. I still look fairly young, but I don't look young anymore.
That's the point. It's the whole. You start out naked, and then people are like, "Oh, you put your clothes back on," and you just look them in the eye, put
Give
your
me
hand under their cheek, and go, "$20, I will."
$20 was sock on. $50, it's the other sock as well. 100, you may get a shirt.
Oh, I should have taken a screen cap of crying small.
So you can pleasure yourself to it afterwards.
No, it was adorable. What the fuck, dude? What was her name? The one that's Railbon's fucking queen.
Nanamo.
Yeah, she was all crying and stuff, and I was like, "Aw," and I wasn't
Tasty.
paying attention. Didn't. What do you mean tasty? You don't eat them. Eating the Lalafell.
No, you don't.
Unless, imagine if they were like Zinger burger meat.
Mmm.
Then you eat the Lalafell.
Are you saying they're the popcorn chicken of our world?
Yes.
What if they were though?
You can't eat the chocobo, so we have to eat the Lullafells.
You can eat the chocobos.
You
Just
can.
don't let anybody see you.
I'm more attached to the chocobos, though.
I'm pretty sure there is a side quest where someone does actually eat a chocobo, and you're too late, and you literally find like a plate on a crate with like wings on it.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to do that quest.
Pretty sure it's a Heaven's Ward quest.
No, I think it's the last quest before you get to Ishgard. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yes, quest just before Ishgard.
Well, with some luck, I'll actually make it to Snowcloak in this episode.
And then we can be a team again.
Team.
Teamwork.
Going to Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Fucking speaking of bloody, I'm at Bogholm right now. It's just like, ew.
You where?
At the home of my favorite mascot ever.
Okay.
You know, the whole capital.
Yep.
Through them.
I'm up to heretical harassment, Grim.
That's only the one you're on after before. Okay.
Do I still have 9 quests?
Yep. You've already completed one.
We're 13 minutes into an episode. This is why I wanted to start skipping. I'll be lucky to make it to Snowcloak. To be honest. Which will mean this has been like around 10 episodes since Endgame Vanilla.
That's painful.
That is painful. That is too painful. Like, they drew this out way too far.
Oh, yeah.
It's not fun. God damn it. Ark, I really just want to press that escape button, but I'm not gonna.
Is it worth losing a nipple over?
No! Why do I have to lose a nipple?
Because I'm gonna come and take one if you skip it.
No, but I wasn't gonna anyway.
I'll TikTok it, and I'll put it up. DudeGoBack official TikTok, you losing the nipple.
I think we have a TikTok, actually. I feel like I made one, but there's nothing on it.
Oh no.
That guy's got a freaking Hitler mustache! What the hell?
Well, you can clearly tell he is evil.
Slafoom. You need to shave, bro. That's not okay. I mean, I get it. Like, it's the Charlie Chaplin thing, but Hitler ruined it, and there's no saving it. It's forever tainted. Dragon head.
Yeah, see, I don't associate that with Charlie Chaplin. Like, as soon as you see that, it's like, yep, Hitler.
When I was growing up, I worked at the Charlie Chaplin Hotel on the Sunshine Coast, so I kind of associate it with both.
But I
But
meant like the initial reaction though. When you see it, you're like, "Ooh."
well, I
What's
certainly,
funny?
I certainly didn't be like, "Hey, it's a Charlie Chaplin,"
Yeah,
or what do they call it? It's got like a name. It's like a something brush mustache.
The Hitler brush.
But yeah, that's what I immediately am like. That's a Hitler mustache.
You kind of do the double take and say, "Yeah, any swastika? No, you're all good. Okay, cool. We can talk."
It's like
Um,
if somebody else one day down the line was like, "This is a Trump haircut, but this is different," and it's like, no, it's the same thing. Stop doing that, and he should stop doing that too. Because why? That looks like fucking roadkill.
mm,
Who the fuck thinks that looks good? Like, politics aside, purely ripping on the con for aesthetics. What the fuck is that supposed to be? You call that a haircut? That's a fucking mess.
something he ran over and bleached.
That episode of The Simpsons is one of those Halloween episodes.
You cut out there, bro.
That episode of The Simpsons where Homer gets the hair transplant and he gets Snake's hair and becomes all sentient and evil.
No, but
Yeah.
Snake's hair is awesome.
But that's the kind of vibe that his hair alone has. Like, it could rip itself off at any given time and commit its own acts of crime.
Yeah, I could see that being the core of a horror movie.
Maybe the hair was the one that made the phone call after all. Hi-oh!
Oh my god, it's such a fucking cringe fest politics these days.
It
On
is.
both sides, you're just like,
Yeah, 100%.
you're all
But it's
fucking
like-
retarded. Just stop.
They also have to like sort of seep down to each other's level, like long as like the day gone where it's like, here, I have a policy. This is what I want to do.
Yeah,
No, I feel you're wrong. This is what I want to do instead. It's just like, oh, fake news. Now fuck off. No, you're not even from here. Deported, motherfucker.
that's what I hate about all of it. Because I only care about policies. I don't vote parties. I don't vote politicians. Because politicians are temporary, and parties are forever changing. So policies are the only thing that matters, because it's what affects legislation. But people are like, oh no, such and such has a secret pedophile ring in a pizza shop, and it's like, I'm gonna just go out on a limb here and assume that that's bullshit, because you pulled that from tinfoilhat.net. Whatever the fuck. .org.
I
.net.
really hope that's the website.
I
What's
hope
that
it's not.
poop train?
Tinfoil hat dot whatever the fuck.
I can't stand conspiracy theories, man. There was a time when conspiracy theories were fun to read about. It'd be like skinwalkers and shit. Or like aliens. Like aliens. You know the meme? Aliens? Like,
Aliens.
I fucking loved that shit. I ate it up. I was like, fuck yeah, read about all this stupid shit. I thought it was all bullshit the whole time. But it was fun to read about because it's like, somebody fucking wrote this? What the fuck? But now it's like conspiracy theories are just like the worst, most ridiculous shit you've ever fucking heard. It's like, oh no, as it turns out, like, because I don't like this person, or because they're quote unquote on the other side of politics, here's a random baseless theory that they secretly eat the fingers of children, but only children from Venezuela. Some shit. And it's just like, why? Why do you have to be like that weak-willed and shitty? It's just all toxic shit. And I'm done with it. We've dealt with it for long enough. Like, I've had enough. I've had enough of it all. Line them all up and shoot them all. Let's start over. Do it. Like, I'm not gonna shoot him. I don't want to be the one that's like, it's pretty fascist, bro. Like, I don't want to be the one, but I'm not gonna stop somebody else. Because we need that hard reset, man. We do. We need it. We need it real bad.
Well, that's what I'm assuming that the Rona was.
Oh god.
And it's hard reset.
See, that's really actually quite worrying because there's a lot of variables to the mortality rate, which is why it's always changing. Like every time you see it, it'll be a different number. But like the flat number in the cases of like nursing staff is they'll be like 8 to 12% mortality rate. So that's like sitting around 1 in 10 people die.
Yeah, that's not fucking small at all.
Exactly. And that's like, and they've got that number because they're taking into account variables like we are working around these people who are sick with it. We're doing our best not to get it, but because of the constant exposure, we will likely get it, and 1 in 10 of us will die. And that's fucked.
Yep.
So, I think you're right. I think it's going to be a hard reset.
Also, like, look at the numbers coming from China. It's like, we haven't had a new case. We only have 23 new cases today out of the thousands upon thousands of cases they have. Like, that's, like, literally impossible, right?
Yeah, but who the fuck believes what the Chinese government says? Like,
Oh, no, but I mean, like, you look at it, it's like, you haven't had a new case today? Nope, none. None at all.
that
like,
is bullshit.
Put the bleach away.
How is that going to, like, benefit anyone?
Okay, I know you guys probably don't watch much Game Grumps. I watch a little bit of it. But, you guys at least, well, Ark, you know who Ego Raptor is, right?
Yes.
So, he's fairly well known for his very angry overreactions at constant dying. One series that I liked it to watch was Battle Kid. It's a game made by just some dude. He just made a game by himself. Kind of like how I'm trying to do, except Battle Kid was probably a better game. Oh, no, that's not true. I'm making a full-on RPG. His was like relentlessly, purposefully hard. And Aaron Ego Raptor Hansen tried to play it, and it was like you could just like feel the rage growing, and by the end of it he's like, that's fucking bullshit. Like just fucking raging hard. That's how I feel like over all of this corona shit. Like, just fucking stop, people. Like, it's because we gotta play to the lowest common denominator, man. We wouldn't have to be in lockdown that long if people would just fucking do it. Or, if they are gonna go outside, be fucking smart about it. But, because we have idiots everywhere in the world, we're probably gonna have to deal with this crap for a really long time, or new character. So, think about it like this. It has a half-life of 2 weeks, right? Now, let's assume that we're in lockdown and you're not allowed to leave the house at all, right? But one of the people in the house has it and nobody else does. But on the last day of that 2 weeks, another person gets it. And to be fair, let's just say it's a 2-person household. It's probably going to drag on if you've got a bigger family. But, okay, so that makes it a month for the disease to die out in a house.
Let alone the fact that you can actually retest positive as well.
Yeah. Because you can repeatedly catch it. But, so we should only have to do a lockdown of 30 days. So we're currently in a lockdown of 90 days. But I don't think that's going to do it. Because so many people are the kinds of morons that stick forks in toasters and don't wear their seatbelt and stick Q-tips too far into their ears and perforate their eardrums. We're a world of morons. With some nice people and some smart people in it amongst the morons. And these people are filthy and they're dirty and they're going to just keep the disease going. And the worst thing is it's gonna like mutate because that's what viruses do. And it's going to be easy to catch, or it's going to kill more people, or it's going to do different stuff. Like, that's just how it works. That's why we don't have one vaccine for influenza, because every year there's a new strain of it. Have to keep fighting it over and over and over again. And it's lame.
Just funny. Like, I saw a thing about like anti-vaxxers and stuff. It's like they don't want vaccines, but look at the world with just not having one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's upsetting. It's upsetting as well because, like, I don't see a problem with me going across the road and getting some sushi because I do things like wash my hands and I don't touch my face until I've washed my hands at the very least. And I wear a face mask as I go out, not one of those crappy ones that has a 5% rate of, like, blocking anything. I've got one of the ones that has a 95% rate of blocking any airborne contagion. I've got, like, a filter and stuff in there. The industrial strength ones, the only ones that are worth wearing at all. So, I don't feel like I'm a risk. But I feel like if I catch it, it'll be because somebody else was stupid. And that's pretty much how I feel about the disease across the board. Like, there's going to be smart people like us who are just working or just trying to live their lives, or maybe they just want a piece of fucking sushi. And then some arsehole will walk up next to them and cough on their sushi and laugh, because that's what our world is full of. Have you seen that shit? People purposely giving it to other people?
There's that woman in Woolies or Coles spitting on all the fruit and veg.
Yeah.
I did not hear about that, but let me just go on the record here and say that if somebody blew her fucking brains out, I'd shrug. Because people like that kill other people. Like, I don't give a fuck about her. If she lives or dies, I don't care at all, because she's endangering innocent people with her stupidity. That might seem cold to other people, but you know what?
No.
It's people like that that make things harder for everybody else, and I am just out of patience for shitty people. Like, it's not that hard to not be a shit cunt, and that is the shittiest fucking thing I've heard in ages. I was gonna say, like, I've heard of people, like, coughing on people as they walk past, and that's bad enough. But spitting on fruit and vegetables, like, old people, children are buying and eating that. Like, that's akin to, like, manslaughter, murder.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, executor. I don't fucking care. What a piece of shit. That's human garbage. That's, like... That blows my fucking mind, man. That's too far. Not only that, but it's gross. If somebody spat on fruit and veg that I bought, I'd beat the shit out of them anyway. Costing me money, and then being disgusting. No. Okay. I don't think violence is ever really the answer. At the same time, though, there are just those sorts of people that will never fucking learn. And the only way to get those sorts of people to stop is to give them a fucking smack.
Blunt force trauma till they get, what's this feeling that I feel?
It's often because they are crackheads, or something of the like, or alcoholics, that just don't care about anything at all. And, like, you can sit there and you can try and reason with them, you can try and talk to them, but it's a waste of your fucking time. These are the people that the police pull out the stick for, whack across the back of the legs, and throw in the back of a paddy wagon. And that's the end of that. That's all she wrote. And that's because that's how you deal with those types of people. Man, that makes me so angry. Where did that happen? Do you know where that happened? Was that in the state?
Angry?
No, the person spitting on fruit and veg. Was that in our state?
Wales.
That's still unnervingly close, but... Fuck, dude. That's fucked.
It is.
I still think, like, they tried to put in a law, like legislation recently, where you weren't allowed to visit somebody if they had more than one person in their house. So, for example, if I went to visit Ark, it would be illegal because he lives with his mom.
No. You're allowed one guest. One person that's not living at that house, you're allowed to be there.
No, that's what it is now.
Okay.
What it was before is you weren't allowed to have gatherings of more than 2 people, unless you lived with them. And I feel like that was a step too far. But I do think that it's okay to just be like, you know what? Let's have some reasonable rules about this, and if you break those rules, $11,000 fine. And they'd have to be reasonable. And also, that $11,000 fine is already a thing in New South Wales.
Yep.
And there's a $6,000 one in Victoria. And the reason it needs to be that steep is so that people fuck off. Stop being shit. For every freaking bogan loser that thinks it's funny to just try and break into the bottle shop at 5 o'clock in the morning, they deserve to be slapped with that $11,000 fine. Maybe then they'll stay the fuck home.
Well, that'll be the next thing that gets done as bottle shops.
Oh, yeah,
No.
yeah. But they're like, it's Australia, they're essential. Like, they're trying to shut them down, but they won't be able to, man. Like, people are at home bored. Like, it's Australia. Alcoholism.
It's all your alcoholics and stuff. Imagine cutting them all off, and then they're all gonna be out on the fucking streets, and like they're gonna be losing their shit. And then you're gonna have all your meth heads and all your crackheads falling back onto drinks when they can't fucking get their shit. Because obviously, once lockdowns and stuff kick in, trying to get any kind of illicit substance is gonna go up in price because the availability / the danger of getting it.
That is true.
I'll get that one. Yeah, also, it's like Australia, man. Like, alcoholism is kind of part of our culture. In the same way that it's part of, like, Ireland's culture and Scotland's culture. If you take that away, people are gonna rage. Even if they're not actual alcoholics, they like to have the right to have a drink every now and then. And if you take that away from someone, they're gonna take the empty bottles they have and smash them on something and stab you with them. I don't know. Like, when it was early days as well, I feel like there was a mix of people overreacting and a mix of people not reacting at all. In fact, anti-reacting, like people calling it a hoax and shit like that. And that combination made things worse. If instead we just had decent people like that had different like policy views on both sides of the aisle, being like, oh, okay, well, science says this, and then that was just the norm, then we could have done things like, oh, alright, well, we need a 1 month lockdown then, and that would have, like, stopped it, like, close the airports, done. And then, okay, everybody gets 1 month of subsidized wages, and everybody stays home except essential workers. And then just do that straight off the bat, so you don't have to go through it for months and months and months and months and months.
But now we do.
Yeah, because people are fucking morons.
You sound like you're surprised with that.
No, I'm upset with it. And now it's like at a point where like I don't think I'm grandstanding in what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm saying what's common sense. But there are the people that were grandstanding that are like making you feel like shit for going outside at all. People gotta go outside sometimes. Maybe they just need to go for a walk. Maybe they need to sit outside on a chair and get some fresh air. Maybe they want to go get sushi like I did.
Or even just go for a drive in their car down to the beachfront, stare at the water, then go back.
Yeah, that's all fine. What's not fine is like purposely going to places where there's a whole bunch of other people and creating like spread. Especially if they then don't wash their hands, touch their face, spit on people's food, cough on people. I mean it, execute those people. Like, seriously. That's like a danger to everybody else. Like, people like that, I'm sorry, don't deserve to live. They just don't. Like, you know who's gonna eat that spit-covered coronavirus pears and apples and shit? Is elderly people, immunocompromised people, and children. People doing that shit are murdering people. That's not okay. I still can't believe we went through a phase of people being like, it's just a flu. And it's like, is it? It's just a flu, is it? Where's that vaccine? Where's the last lockdown for influenza? How's that going?
I'm pretty sure we're still one. Like, there's only us and a few African countries that aren't actually in a lockdown right now.
We're in a lockdown. We've been in a lockdown for nearly a week.
Not the same kind of lockdown though.
12 hours ago,
Really?
we went into level 3. We're probably going to go over to level 4 over the weekend.
Well, okay. Rephrase that. Where there's only us and a few African countries that aren't in level 4 lockdown
Yeah,
of some kind.
but that's dumb. We should already be in it.
Yeah.
But we will be in level 4 lockdown, I think, by the end of the weekend because the school holidays just happened.
Well, that was my thought was going to happen because there's 2 weeks done.
2 more
Like,
recruits.
people already have care for their kids sorted if they're essential workers because they should have, being responsible parents. And the rest of them would most likely have 2 weeks off because of this anyway. So lock it down.
I think I'm more mad because I know people that are immunocompromised.
Yep, my mum and my father-in-law both.
Damn, dude, that's scary.
Well, mum's not immuno, but she's old and she's got like really bad asthma.
Yeah, but that's double points alone.
Yeah.
If she was immunocompromised, that would be triple points just for her.
And my father-in-law's got PTSD and his medication and stuff causes him to be immunocompromised. So yeah, it's messed up.
And it's like, you gotta rationalize the fact that you know people that are higher risk, and then not only that, but you know people that are being idiots about the whole thing, that are putting those people you care about at risk because they think it's all a big fucking joke. I know people that think it's all a big joke, and like, I'm really close to tearing a few of them a new one because one of them today was like, it's all just a hoax so they can install all the 5G towers. And I was like,
Are you an idiot?
I think it's time that somebody put you out of my misery. Almost.
Sorry, that's another thing. The 5G conspiracy.
Conspiracy theories in general, man, it's gotten too far. Conspiracy theories used to be like, you'd cringe when people would say them, except now it's millions of people saying them. You can't get away from it.
There's a post on Facebook. It's like, has anyone started coughing in the last week since they started turning the 5G towers on? Dude, there's a pandemic going around. Maybe, like, think about it. Like, not to do with the 5G towers. Maybe you're just sick.
I'm starting to think that it's not left versus right anymore. It's smart versus dumb. And there are so many dum-dums.
Yeah.
Because,
None
like,
of the people watching our channel, though, and just like, comment, subscribe down below.
well,
Maybe. Like,
to be
maybe
fair,
you are.
some of you are dumb. Probably, statistically. I might statistically be dumb as well. But, I don't know. Just stay home. Wash your hands. Look after people. Be considerate. Because it's not just
Don't spit
about
on
you.
food.
It's about other people. Yeah, that's the main thing. Like, if you spit on food, like, comment, and subscribe.
Or if you want to spit on food, just spit on your own food.
Yeah,
Like,
but don't go to a
someone
shopping
else's.
center and endanger other people. And if you spit on my food, I'm gonna punch you straight in your fucking head. Like straight away, like, immediately. Like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Like, you spit on someone else's food, and as you guys know, I'm not one for the delightful language, but you're a cunt. Like, that's the only way to put it. Don't spit on food. It's gross.
Just gonna John Wick someone with a fucking pencil. No words, no warnings. Because if you're doing it around near me, near food, no, I'm not today.
Oh man, I really appreciated that one.
just a nonchalant
I'll
John Wick.
just John Wick you with a pencil if you spit on my food. Like, that is like, it's not even aggressive. It's just a straight up like, here's the A and B. You spit on my food and then you die for it. There's no emotion involved. It's just cause and effect.
Well, in theory, if they spit on your food, it's self-defense. They're trying to literally kill you. So, self-defense.
Well, that's why I'm so, like, harsh about it as well, is because it's like, you're straight up endangering people. You think the whole thing's a joke. You're probably not the kind of person that's even gone and gotten tested because you're treating it like a joke. And because of that, you are an actual risk to people. And
This person,
if you kill any of my friends, I'll kill you. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Too many
person
people.
who was spitting on food actually tested positive and went
Really?
down. Yeah, that's the whole point.
Oh my god.
They
Oh, my
knew
brain.
that they were positive.
That's like somebody like with herpes going out there and just force kissing people in the street. That's like somebody with AIDS raping people. Like, that's giving other people a potential death sentence. That is
Yep.
what that is. That is
And
fucked.
yeah, and apart from the fact that this is a potential death sentence, the fact that if you don't die from it, there's also the fact that
You're spreading it to people that might die.
Yeah, and the fact that you can end up with reduced lung function for the rest of your life.
Dude, I am not able to find this last stupid fucking recruit. I've been looking for a really fucking long time.
For who?
Recruiting the realm. I'm in Mordona. Present uniforms to the recruits.
Oh,
I feel like there's someone near in that big building with Rowena, but like on the top level or somewhere that you don't usually go.
Who the fuck is Rowena? Also, you're really
Oh.
quiet, Ark.
I'm eating ship still.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Ouch.
Where are you? Where are you?
I'm in Mordona.
Yeah, but whereabouts in Mordona are
I'm
you?
walking up that ladder that you told me about.
I didn't tell you about ladder. I told you about ladder.
Maybe I can go around this side?
Oh, I remember where they are.
Man, this is pretty.
They're in. Have you found the one near Rowena's house inside the building? Rowena's House of Splendors?
Who is Rowena?
The very north of Mordona.
No.
Like, sorry, north of, of Revenant Toll, sorry.
Maybe not.
See me?
Get out of the fucking way, Paul. I do see you.
See my pig?
I do see your pig.
Come, pig.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
In here?
I don't see anyone in here.
Pretty sure it's in here.
Nope.
Maybe it's the next one up. I'm certain there's someone in here. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
It's super annoying though. I've been doing this freaking ages. This is outside the circle. By like a centimeter on my very zoomed out map.
You're outside the circle.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know then. I thought there was one down there.
This is a
Or it
story
could-
quest. I can't progress further until I do this. This is the quest that's making it so we're not doing Snowcloak in this episode.
Did you get the one out the front of Mordona?
I'm going to assume not.
So when you go out of Rowena's, turn left. I don't know if you can see me on the map.
Oh, I think I did get that one. Man, this is not fun. This is annoying. This is annoying.
It's you.
I really don't like having to get into serious topics like a freaking virus and stuff.
What's the
but
quest called?
it's brave new companions. Maybe that's the person up there. Hopefully. But yeah, at the same time, it's like it's starting to like drastically affect my life. Like, there's the last person.
Oh, you got him. Cool.
Yeah, it's starting to drastically affect my life. Like, I was fine the first month or so because it's like, oh, don't go outside, and I'm like, okay, cool, I got that covered.
Introvert Street.
But then it's like, oh, you're not allowed to go here, and you're not allowed to go there, and now you have to use public transport, knowing that other people are filthy, and it's just like the risk is getting greater and greater and greater.
Yeah, again, because I'm an essential worker, I have to work in it, and then I also live with someone that's immunocompromised. So
Yep.
I'm an essential worker too.
I'm
So is
like,
my wife.
I'm sitting here just trying to like recover from surgery and another huge problem. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever had a impacted bowel, but I'm on round 2 of that. But yeah, so dealing with both of those two at the same as trying to not get a virus that has a like decent
If you've
chance
dealt
of
with
killing
any
you.
of this, like, comment, subscribe below.
I don't know, man. It's just dumb people. It's dumb people. Dumb people are going to be the death of us all, apparently, or at least the death of somebody close
We
enough
know.
to you. And I don't want to lose anyone that I care about. Not because somebody else was a shit cunt that spat on fruit. Like, so annoying. It's like, why? Just don't. Just don't? And they're like, what if I did though? And it's like, just don't. And then they do it anyway. And there's nothing funny about that. That's not trolling. That's just being the worst of humanity. Not even just a dick, man. That's next level dickishness. That's like, you are potentially killing people, making us all have to be in lockdown for longer, and being a dick. On top of that. And I just don't really have the patience for stupid people that want to do that sort of shit. So yeah, I'll just... I don't know, if I have to, headbutt a motherfucker.
If you're in lockdown and you've headbutted someone, let Shade know to know how it goes. And if you're still in lockdown, let us know how you've been in lockdown for.
What did you say,
How's it
Ark?
going?
Ark said
Nothing
a
wrong
thing.
with headbutting a motherfucker.
Well, it's just like, I shouldn't need to.
I know, that's my explanation at work. But I shouldn't need to. We should just all be less dumb.
Like, I really don't think that there's a good reason to hit most people. But then people humble me with just the endless depths of their stupidity. It's like, I'll be like, okay, there's no excuse to be violent with anybody. And then somebody that tests positive with the disease goes to a social place like a shopping center and spits on all the fruit to spread the disease. And then I'm like, yep, punch that person in the fucking head, and then drop them in the international waters with no fucking life vest. Just leave them there. Done.
Yes.
Problem fucking solved.
It's like dead weight on our entire race. And it's scary. Because...
Speaking of dead weight, how much longer do we have with this app?
we still got a while.
I'm eager to see what the crystal break.
We've been bitching about coronavirus for a while now. But that's because
We
we're getting
have.
stir crazy.
We are.
Well, I am definitely.
That's the thing, it's like, it's like, not only do I not want to be out there, it's like, now you have to be out there. It's like, because you're essential. It's just like, everyone's a fuckwit. But at the same time, I'm still stir crazy, because I can't go anywhere else apart from work either.
Yeah.
Inform me if her condition changes.
I think also it's like,
Pass on your words to Urianger.
Geez, this episode was recorded
My thanks.
at the beginning of
I shall
April, by
contact
the
you
way.
anon.
So if you're watching this in May,
When I learned of the loss of
2020, by the way, just in case
Yeah.
it goes over a year.
Hope that my friend had
it's the
Yet
4th of
I stand
April
near a
when we're
court with
recording
some
this.
sheep. Putting this happy
This
news
is how
to you
long
appears
and
to
spaced
Well,
out.
It started on like the 3rd, but you know, whatever.
Have you heard
It is
back
now
from
the
the
4th.
Mother
This is
Crystal
how
Break
long and
with the
spaced
Guardian?
out the frickin' post game of AR is.
Then she speaks to
But
no one.
yeah, so we're in the thick of
Pretends not
the
to
pandemic
see.
right now and the lockdown, so that's why we're bitching about it. Hopefully by the time this goes up, this is all old news. And people haven't done worse than spitting on fruit and vegetables after testing positive for a disease. That's criminal, man. That's criminal negligence.
Is it negligence, sir, if they're doing it on purpose?
Yeah.
Seems like the opposite of negligence. Seems like it's rather...
Criminal negligence is doing something like that on purpose to fuck with people. That's what they call it. It's... Oh.
I thought the negligence was like the lack of. I can't think of the word now.
No, because you're neglecting...
Yeah, true. Yeah,
You're neglecting... what do they call it? where you care about other people other than yourself.
Empathy, compassion.
No, but those two. It's
Not
where
being a
you're.
dick.
It's where you're neglecting. Fuck. What's the word?
You're neglecting things to a criminal extent.
It's gonna drive me nuts unless I think of the word.
If I think of the word, I'm just not going to mention it. Just so
If
it
you
can
know the
drive you
word,
nuts.
like, comment, and subscribe.
Let us know, because this will bug Shade until this goes up many weeks later.
We'll probably not be bitching about the coronavirus for a while either. We're going to be playing Dark Souls after this, so it's going to be a fun time. We're going to have
Yeah,
plenty
that's
of other shit to bitch about.
That's a different kind of virus.
But no, I'm thinking of like not compassion. It's like it's your care about another person's well-being.
Do you care?
That is also not it. Oh, that's driving me nuts.
But all very good words.
You know when you just can't think of something, only just, and it bothers you so much?
Yeah.
It's like it's on the tip of your something. You know, the word I can't think of. Tongue. Kidding. I know what that word is.
I'll fucking kill you.
Tip of your balls.
I'll tell people that you spat on fruit and veg.
Whoa.
We'll drop you in the international waters.
Whoa.
I'm only kidding, man. It's fine. Relax.
I only
Well,
spit on my
you-
own fruit and veggies that I'm gonna eat.
Who's this dude? No, it's Alright, this is gonna drive me fucking crazy unless I look. I gotta look, man. I've got to.
Just start the episode of Dark Souls, and the word was this.
Yeah, except it won't be connected to this episode.
That's the point. If you want to know what the word is, watch our Dark Souls videos. Or if you just watch our
Consideration.
Dark Souls videos and you've come to this video, let us know. Comment down below.
It's fucking consideration, man. I figured it out just as I pick up my stupid fucking phone. Yeah, it's just super inconsiderate. It's like, it's not that hard to have enough consideration for people around you. For example, don't buy all of the toilet paper, because it isn't only there for you, it's for other people too. But, of course, there's just plenty of people that don't care about other people. And they are a detriment to humans as a species.
Yes.
Okay, phone is still charging. Barely. I need to get this thing repaired, man. It's going to cost me like 120 bucks. I'm not happy about that.
Is that all? $20.
120 bucks.
All I heard was $20. I'm like, I'm not. I wouldn't be complaining about that. But 120, yeah, okay. At least you don't have a washing machine that's going to cost you upwards of $500 to fix.
Yeah, but that's only because you're a sook and you want the brand new things.
Shh.
I actually thought that was a lot more harsh than the last thing I said, where you were like,
Um,
whoa. Then again, I guess I did say that I'd destroy your career by telling people that you spat disease on fruit and veg and then drop you in international waters. I guess that is worse than
Like,
spending
on a side note,
$500.
Like, I've got a washing machine. It's only like four and a bit years old. Like, I would rather not just put that in recycling if I can get it fixed.
Yeah, but
Like-
mine was like 150, and I could probably fit your washing machine in my washing machine.
I don't know. It's a pretty big washing machine.
I
remember,
could fit you in my washing machine.
that's a pretty impressive washing machine.
It's huge, man. It's the biggest washing machine I've seen. It's like the size of one of those ones in the laundromats, like those big industrial-sized washing machines. Like, that's the size of my one.
I would like a 12-kilo one.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was 12 kilos, to be honest. It's big, man. It's freaking big.
Hail to you, sire.
My
How might we serve?
my fridge is really big too. I got them both
Everything of
together.
yours is really big, isn't it, Shade? Wink, wink, nudge,
Commander
nudge.
never used.
Especially that ass.
Well, since you're not stripping
These are
anymore,
welcome
it is. Oh, kidding. You're a gorgeous human being.
Especially my hemorrhoids.
Blah.
That which I'm about
I'm
to
hoping
say,
that that's what's wrong with me.
Sad day when that's what you hope is wrong with you.
It is, and I'm really sick of dealing with it all, to be honest. Like, I am tired of feeling sick and unhealthy and sore. It's been all year.
We identified a suspect.
It's
among
been
the
since
immortal
early
flames,
November
whom
that
we
I've felt
defeat.
like
Alas,
this.
the man was not.
And I'm just burnt out, man. I'm fucking tired of it.
We pressed the traitor for a name.
Man, this dude's
But he had
hair.
none to give. He claims never to have met
It's
his
real
master.
nice.
He was, however, certain that this
UL'DAH.
ivy had coiled itself around
Oh,
every
UL'DAH.
part of the
I
immortal
don't say
Really?
I can't say I'm like a
It would
fan of
seem
his top
our
knot.
quarry joined the company some time
Well, it's
ago
not really a top
and
knot; it's a back
gradually
knot.
recruited others
but
to his cause. These
his side
conspirators
shavy
are
bits
the
look pretty
vials
cool.
by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to
UL'DAH can
identify
punch
the
it.
ivy amidst this
Huh?
tangled mass of subterfuge.
UL'DAH can punch it.
I
Up
thought you
his
sell
arse.
Bill Burke and punch it, and I was like, I
follow
like him.
all the way to the gnarled root.
He's angry.
Oh yes, he is.
Oh yeah.
Now, much as I
He's
wish
definitely said some things where I'm like, oh, dude, no.
Paramount's war of succession nears its end.
But like the vast
Fear that
majority of the
Empire
stuff he
will
jokes
soon
about is
resume
pretty
its
fucking
march
funny.
on Eorzea.
He was like, hey, you know how we can fix that population?
We must begin
We can-
with apprising General
We can
Rohan
make
of our
cruise ships have a purpose.
I would ask that you accompany me
People like save up all this money
and
and then they go on a
go
cruise,
smoothly.
and that's the last you ever hear of them. They're going off to have fun, and then they just disappear.
He will be aware that an investigation is
Oh man, he's so nihilistic.
taking care
And
not
I
to
love that
betray
shit.
our purposes by seeming prepared.
Oh yeah, it sustains
A
me. That
simple
is for
enough
sure.
task for a one-woman army
I didn't
like
used to be like that. I used to be so hopeful and optimistic and happy. And now I'm a realist, and I don't have patience for just shitty people. I used to think that it was like everybody could be good, but now I'm just like, some people are gonna be shit until they're dead.
Some people are just fucked.
And I feel like maybe 1,000 years ago they just killed these people. And it sucks, you shouldn't have to do that. But at the same time, you kinda do. It's like people that are like, oh yeah, cool. I'm gonna go on a killing rampage and be a detriment to everybody. I'm gonna kill more people than I could ever make up for sitting in prison. Because, you know, there's no price on life in that sense. So, really, like, what's the only thing you do? You can just kill him back. Except then there's people that are like, who are we to decide who lives and who dies? And to that question, I'm like, we're a society of laws. And if you can't be part of that, if you can't be part of that society, and you refuse to adhere to those laws, then you can be exiled. And if your crimes are that bad, you can be made an example of. And I'm not saying it should be little things. I'm saying don't fucking have a child molestation dungeon, and don't go on a killing rampage, and stuff like that. It's like, if you do stuff like that, I kind of feel like... It's like if you go into a forum and you start swearing at people, picking fights, threatening violence, and spewing racism, what happens? You get banned. You get removed. You get IP banned. You get everything that you ever had deleted. So, maybe we should start running a society like that a little bit?
Just a little bit.
It doesn't
I'd
have
be
to be
down
too
for it.
far. It doesn't have to be too far, because most people you don't have to tell to not be a terrible fucking person.
Well, what brings you here, my friend?
And I guess I'm just all out of patience for people, I
She
guess.
is here
Like,
at my
you shouldn't
behest.
have to tell people. You
Greetings,
don't have to.
Rohan.
Don't murder someone.
You old
It's not
scoundrel.
hard.
When they told me you'd be
But at the same time,
Kane.
at the same time though, it's like, you know, sometimes people are not wrong to kill someone.
But look at you, the honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Brave.
For example,
Who'd have imagined, eh? Not
if
many.
somebody came into your
Still
house
would
and
have
exposed
imagined
themselves to
destiny
your
lay in
daughter's
politics,
Grim,
old friend.
I would expect you to kill them, and I wouldn't bat an eye. I'd be like, yeah, well, if somebody did that to my daughters, I'd fucking kill them too.
I
Like,
think killing's letting them off light. They're
Yeah,
in a lot of pain
exactly,
for
but-
the rest of their life.
Lest you
exactly, but like that's just like, and that's why I just left it at exposing themselves as well. Like, that's just
Yeah.
an example, because people in real life have done worse to other people's families, right? But like, I straight up rationalize that. I'm like, yeah, if somebody did that to somebody I care about or my children, I'd fucking kill him. Like, not just the exposing thing, but like exposing yourself to children after breaking into somebody's house at night. That's like next level creep.
Yeah, they'll be getting a bone broken at a time, one at a time. For the
And
rest of
I
their
don't
life.
think that would make you a fucked up person to do that. You'd be protecting your daughters, is what you'd be doing, right?
Probably a little bit fucked up because I continue doing it. It'll heal, then it gets rebroken. Heal, rebroken. But they've got so many bones, I can just do one at a time.
I don't buy into the whole mentality where it's like, oh, nobody has the right to take anybody else's life. It's like, it's not one person doing it. It's you refusing to abide by society and doing unforgivable shit that you couldn't make up for, ever. So, if somebody kills somebody that does that shit, I don't really give a shit. For example, right? I know a person that I found out later raped someone. Do you know what I did? I just fucking deleted that person from my life. I don't want to fucking know anybody like that.
Nope.
Because there's no fucking excuse. But I know other people that make excuses for them. Oh, they were drunk. Oh, I don't fucking care. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Like, there's no excuse.
There's
None.
definitely not.
And I feel like that about a lot of things. And if you did them to me personally, you wouldn't get away with it. And I honestly don't think that the way our laws are currently set up is if you did kill somebody that broke into your house and whipped their dick out in front of your daughters, you would go to jail. And I don't think that's justice.
No, it's fucked up.
Like, we're in a society where if you break into somebody's house to kill them and they use self-defense, self-defense only counts for equal or lesser force. So if you pull out a gun and blow their fucking knees off, you go to jail. And it's like, they're in my house trying to kill me? Like, what the fuck? How is this justice?
It's within reasonable. It's. I think the technicality is reasonable, like with a reasonable amount. So, like, if they're down on the ground and unconscious, you're not to continue. Or if that, but in saying that, like, if they're still coming at you with a gun, what are you meant to do? You're just going to stand there and take it. Like,
I don't think that life is as sacred as people make it out to be. It's sacred for the people you care about and yourself. But when people infringe on that, on other people's right, they shouldn't get to complain about their rights. That's where the problem lies for me. So it's like, if someone, like, if somebody locks somebody up in a basement and tortures them for decades, and then goes to jail, and it's like, oh, but I'll spend the rest of my life in jail. That's not fair. I'd be like, dude, you're getting off light. Like, you serious? Get the hell out of here. Don't talk about your rights. You just deprived somebody of theirs. You don't get to complain about rights if you deprive someone of theirs. I believe that's called a hypocrite. So why does it hold up in court? And it does. That's why you see, like, pedophiles walking after 6 months and shit.
well, that was very good to see in the latest news that guy that had he took the girl from one of the Kmarts up
What?
near where I live. He has like 2 kids of his own and shit. Anyway, this was a while ago. He just got his parole pushed right back. Like it was tried going to court, and the court's just like, nah, you can go back to jail.
Good.
Yeah, it was good to see.
It's just like that one person that was like, my heart stopped, so technically my life sentence is up. And it's like, no, dude. That life sentence isn't a technicality. It's a set amount of time, and it's till you're dead permanently. This isn't a second life that you have. You don't get one-ups in life. You lived, you survived having a heart attack. That's all that happened. But then you saw people doing the rounds. They're like, oh, he's technically right. And I'm like, no, he's not.
Well, the only way technically right if he was technically declared dead and then somehow
Like that
reanimated.
certificate was like printed up and everything, and then he got
Well,
back up, and then it'd be like,
Technically, the only people that
well,
can declare death are meant to be doctors, isn't it? Like they can go, like actually, for that kind of death certificate. So he was declared dead,
Um,
reanimated like 4 days later. You'd be like, you kind of did
Oh, for
die,
goodness.
but I still don't think that actually stops him from his sentence.
yeah, but he wasn't like classed legally dead. His
Oh,
heart
no.
stopped. To be to be declared legally dead, you have to be dead.
Yeah, but you never know.
And even still, like, there's no such thing as one-ups. Like, you know, you're in there for life for a reason.
That we know of.
Don't think that you can exploit the system. I think he turned out to have been like a fucking murderer or something. Life sentence, bro. Like, he's gonna have to have done something fucked for that.
A life sentence is not actually a life. Isn't it only like 30 years or something?
25 to
Something
life,
that's
isn't
yeah, something that's not enough.
Because you can have multiple life sentences.
Yeah, which is stupid. A life sentence should be till you die.
Yeah.
That's what I would make it if I was in control of the legal system. I'd be like, you hoarded a whole bunch of people and you were into sex trafficking. Life in prison. Be lucky you're not being tortured.
Do you know what? Like, punishment fits a crime, right? Like, should they just be sex trafficked around?
Well, there's like a limit on stuff like that. It's like, then you're going to have to hire people to rape them, and then you're hiring rapists. The only way to get around that is to have a rape bot. And really, that's not okay to design. Especially if it gets loose
there is a
and
Saturday
multiplies.
Night Live, skit about a child molesting robot.
A what?
There's a Saturday Night Live skit about a child molesting robot.
What
I
the
know.
hell?
And yeah,
What?
that was my third too, because the whole thing is like it's a bunch of evil people, like an evil inventors at like expo kind of thing, and they're all showing off their freeze rays and this and that, and then here's The Rock just casually walking in with his child molesting robot, which he got to molest children by molesting the robot itself in the hope that it would continue the pattern.
What the fuck, dude?
Mate, Saturday
That
Night
is-
Live has got some real dark shit if you can find it, when you know how to find it.
That is way too far, Saturday Night Live. Like, SNL,
Like,
what
and
the
this is all
hell?
in a 3-minute skit, like 3 to 4 minute skit. It's like with The Rock being like the titular child molesting robot creator.
What the hell? That is not okay.
I'm gonna show you this after we're done.
Like, yeah, that's really, really evil, but that's not funny. Like, that's not funny at all. All you did was highlight, like, people are out there, I've got a freeze ray. Like, you just made somebody that's gonna cause real damage.
But that's
While
the whole
making a point
and then-
about how it's, like, not rehabilitatable.
Well, that's the whole thing. Everyone's like, we're just making freeze rays and we want to shrink things. Here you are. And then, because one guy is, like, not looking, the other Rock keeps going, this guy gets it. And he's like, I do not get it. This guy gets it.
Oh, that's fucked. Why'd they have to make it a child molesting robot? Like, that's the part that's a step too far. It's kind of not okay to even joke about rape, but, like, don't joke about child rape starring The Rock on Saturday Night Live. Like, that's a bit bad, man. That's too bad. That's too bad. That's too far. I'm not okay. I don't want to watch that. That's freaking dark, man. It's like, just the concept alone, in concept, that's fucked. That's Dr. Evil made a robot that rapes children.
Basically, yes.
No one wants to watch that movie because that's not cool.
Well, it's one of those, like, train wrecks that you just can't look away from as you're watching it unfold. You're just like, well, yep, this is well done. Well, yep. Oh god, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, I get what they were probably going for. They were probably trying to be like, all of these goofy supervillains, let's make somebody who's actually evil doing something actually evil.
That's the whole angle, and for the most part, it pulls off. But there is a few seconds you do sort of go, oh shit, this could derail at any time.
Man, that's they need to fire the person that came up with that skit, because that's a PR nightmare. I wouldn't touch
Well,
that.
it's still
Hell
on
no.
YouTube, so everyone's just fine with it.
That's fucked.
Like on the official Saturday Night Live channel.
Jeez.
That's not okay. And now I'm probably gonna watch it.
I'm gonna. I know. I said you were. I'm gonna link it right after we're done this episode.
Oh, god damn it. Oh my god. Oh my god, yes. Okay, I've been looking for these parts to complete this quest for a while. I didn't know that I found the crates here. I thought it was in actual Castrum, the raid. And as you know, in raids, you don't get a lot of time to look around at stuff.
Speaking of time, though,
I've got to finish these 2 quests.
Yeah, but so we couldn't have been too far off now.
Oh no, we're over.
Ah, bloody thought so.
That's what happens when you rant and rave about the horrible people of the world.
Well, it's when it comes to the horrible people, there's always a moment to rant about.
This has been a really angsty episode.
It has, and I'm going to end it on a somewhat lighter note. As I'm casually recording, obviously it means I don't have time for the rest of the world. And then I just had a friend, and obviously because I didn't message it in time, obviously he's feeling a bit butthurt. Pretty much, I won't go into too much depth, but pretty much it's like, I want you to flog me, and I'm like, well, guess who left that on the scene, because he's been playing Final Fantasy XIV for a while.
Flog you? You mean like a friend? A friend?
Yes.
And do you
friend.
mean they want to jerk you off?
Oh, yeah, that too, but...
Oh, radio. But yeah, okay.
Because I've been too busy murdering the creatures of Eorzea, I left her there, lying in her bed.
That's a little bit funny.
It is.
just a
100%.
little bit.
Oh man.
All you gotta do is say just a little bit longer.
See, your logic is sound. I mean, you are in a quote-unquote marriage, so you should have some idea how the woman thing goes. Alright. Just a little bit longer. Where is my phone?
I feel terrible, actually, about this last episode, because we kind of did just, like, say that a lot of people should just die.
You mean
Which-
like the people who are destroying 5G towers?
No, I mean, like, people that are spitting on people's... Oh my god, I just made a jump. I'm Naruto! Sorry. No, I mean, like, the people purposely doing stupid things to keep us in lockdown for way longer. To keep the state of things currently. Like, I was just like, drop them in international waters. I guess that's not killing them, but that's leaving them for dead, which is pretty much the same thing. But then also, I did say that there was justifiable killing of certain people too, which I'd feel more about if I didn't stand by. Because there is shit that people would do, and I'd be like, that's it, man, I've got to kill you, that's like the only way. Like, if somebody like gutted your mother in front of you, you'd be like, well, guess who's getting a taste of his own medicine?
Oh boy, here I go killing.
Yeah, like, people act all like high and mighty, like, oh, it's never okay to kill someone, and it's just like, yeah, it is. Some people are not good people. They are just going to make the world a worse place. The longer they're alive, the more other people die.
They're wasting my oxygen. They're a pack of white dogs, and sometimes you just gotta put a dog out of its misery. When it's rabid, you just go goodbye.
We'll put that one.
And that's what that's what people are, just rabid animals.
Retrieve the Magitech Converter 9 from the storage crates in Castrum. But I'm in Castrum. Once I've done this quest, we can wrap up. I don't know. I do think that, like, it's not something that you can just be willy-nilly about. because it is people's lives, right? But at the same time, you can't be a freaking apologist for shitty people either, and I feel like way too many people are. It's like, okay, this person out there is purposely killing other people, like a lot of them. If you'd killed him now, you'd save a lot of lives. And it's like, oh, but we can't do anything till he's done something. And it's like, okay, but once he's done something, do something. He just killed 5 people. Now do something. Oh, we'll put him in jail. And it's like, so he can get out and do it again. Well done. Applause. Idiots.
And that's the whole thing I never really liked, especially when I did my community services. Not as in community service, as in like social, like something, not social studies. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, like, I wasn't, it's just implying it wasn't like the crim quote unquote community service. So I was sitting there and like all of these ideas I'd always try and point out, and I was always told I was like a warmonger or this, or I was a bit too aggressive for the industry. And my whole thing is, well, no, let's just prevent something rather than dealing with the damage after.
Well, there's all of the warning signs. There's all the hallmarks. And it's like, okay, if somebody's like got all of these sort of like sketchy ideals, okay, they haven't done anything. You can't punish someone for a thought crime. That's true.
Fair.
I stand by that. But if they then threaten a bunch of people and then immediately go and buy a gun, like, it's not just good enough to have somebody watch them. Like, they need to be tailed as well. So, you know, like, they don't actually go and kill someone. If they've gone and bought a gun, like, they're gonna go kill someone. After they've threatened somebody's life, then they go and buy a gun. That should be when the police follow them where they go. If they rock up at a school, be like, what the fuck are you doing here with a gun? If they pull out the gun, shoot them. Done. You just saved a bunch of kids. But it's like, the red flags are there, but it's like people, like, they give people too much of a benefit of a doubt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, maybe he just really likes guns and hanging out at schools and threatening people with murder online specifically. And it's like, no.
He just does it for fun, I swear.
Because you don't
doesn't
have to
mean
tell
that.
a normal person not to do shit like that. And then you end up with all sorts of fucked up shit. This country alone has had its own fucking fair share of shit. And people are sitting there all like worried and stuff about their rights, quote unquote, and they're like, oh, I don't want people watching me. And it's like, what do you think Facebook's doing? Like, all the time. Why do you think it knows what you were just talking about with your friend, not looking up on the internet? It's listening to you. It's NSA times 1,000, and you're fine with that. So why don't you just have some actual decent measures that saves lives and people? It's like, oh, but nah. It's like, see, this is shit I never have to worry about, because I don't want to go and murder a bunch of children, because that's weak. Small PP energy.
More the micro PP energy.
Damn, dude. I've been meaning to finish this quest for a long time. I didn't know I had to do it right next to DHONA. I thought I had to do it in that raid. There's a side quest, so I'm skipping it.
You don't have time for that.
Oh, your Magitech and photon cannons are now operational. That was the quest.
Yes, the little upgrade for your Magitech armor.
Nice. However, please note that these weapons do not employ lethal force and will have no effect in combat.
Oh, they damage for very, very minimally, but they damage them technically.
I think it should be able to fuck up things that are beneath your level by a certain degree.
Yes. And then anything like 20 levels or below, you just decimate.
Yeah. Man.
Anything that your character can one hit.
Yeah, that's fair.
I definitely feel like we're balancing our moral compass in this episode a fair bit. But, like, it's also just like, you would never have to worry if you weren't just a shit person. Like, if you didn't spread diseases, and rape people, and molest people, and do all of that fucked up shit that normal people don't do, you would never have to worry. And I think I'm just tired of it because, like, in moments like this, you have everybody locked inside, going stir crazy, and then there's actual crazy people out there.
Still.
Man, these gloves suck. Guess those ones. Alright, give me the stupid frickin' quest times 1,000 Alpha Nord. Hey Grim,
Yeah.
I'm up to coming to terms. How many quests?
Five.
Okay,
Oh
I
my
guess
God.
next episode we might actually do something fun. And we won't have to sit here and bitch about the coronavirus and the horrible murderers and rapists of the world and how we should probably just kill them.
Not for a couple of weeks at least.
Maybe
Alright.
we get back onto the incest clones.
Oh, that's right. Incest clones.
Hell yeah, I'm way more for upbeat, like, masturbation clones. Or is it? Or is it
Yeah.
masturbation?
That's the whole point. Is it masturbation?
We'll
Is
find out on the next episode of DPG.
Du-du-du. It's kind of my dick too. Du-du-du-dun. Alright, you want to wrap up?
Yes, I do. So, slogged through a bit more story there. I tried to make it a bit more of an interesting, tasty treat for you. But hopefully, as I said, with 5 quests to go, we can do Snowcloak next ep. And then you should only have like another instance or 2, but obviously quests in between. You're getting close though. I wouldn't get probably excited this episode. I'd probably get excited next episode. You reckon? Alright. So, if you like what you've seen here, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you are on Kujata and you need a server to play on and a free company, do go back, one word. Till our next episode, I am Arcu Sam. With me is Grim and Shade. You're gonna do go back. Peace.
Bye.
I'm sorry.